I just want to give you thanks, Lord, for everything you've done, for everything you've done. Oh, oh, I just want to give you thanks, Lord, for everything you've done for us. Let us show you to the world, yeah, oh Lord. Let us show you to the world, oh Lord. I just want to give you thanks, Lord. Yeah, man. I'm just so thankful. I'm thankful to be here. We're going to talk about Wild and Fury and the explosion on the stage. Fury obviously just kind of got into Wilder's head a little bit. But Wilder is definitely focused. He's dialed in on what he has to do. And I'm happy for him. It was a little schoolboy fight there. Them boys was behaving bad on the stage. It was funny. Um, very, very entertaining. Very, very entertaining. It's boxing. It's boxing. That's what you expect from boxing. But one thing I want to say is I'm beginning to think this fight may not be a 50-50 fight. I'm beginning to think so, but we'll see what happens. I'm still going to hold at 50-50 and favor Tyson Fury to win. I'm staying with that. I'm sticking with that. Definitely, I'm sticking with it. I know Wilder and his trainers have a plan, but I'm sticking to what I said, that Tyson Fury will win this fight. I feel that Tyson Fury is more the senior of the two fighters, and I feel that Tyson Fury has more experience at that level because he's literally the guy that's a provocateur, that's provoking Wilder, and Wilder just kind of tripped out and went a little bit crazy there for a minute after Tyson Fury basically prodded him, and Tyson Fury is pretty much cool, and Wilder still kind of was going at it there for a minute. He was like lost it, and you can't do that when you're going to battle, when you're going to war. You have to save it up for the war. You have to save it up for the battle. You know. Um, so a lot of people think Wilder's going to kill Fury. I just don't see that. I mean, I just don't see it. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm missing something. And Wilder looks really good. He looks sharp. He's coming behind that jab. I'm watching him how he's trying to follow Fury and stuff. But I just don't see him beating Fury. I just don't see it. I don't see him stopping Fury. I just don't see it. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm missing something here. I know they're working on something to stop Fury, but I think the Fury they're about to see, they're not ready for that Fury. And that Fury is going to be walking to them. Fury is going to be walking to Wilder. And I think Wilder needs to. He better not be what he said about Fury not having power. I hope he doesn't believe that. I hope he's careful in that fight because Fury could drop him. And if he's disrespectful of Fury's power, he's going to get stopped. Okay? Tyson Fury is not the hardest punch you need to get hit by. And Tyson Fury is a counter puncher par excellence. This ain't Malik Scott. This ain't Luis Ortiz you're going to be facing. This is a guy that can move. This is a guy that can punch. And this is a guy that can stop you in your tracks. Klitschko, there's a reason Klitschko was hesitant to come in on Fury. You know what I'm saying? He hesitant to come in on Fury. And Deontay Wilder's going to learn that very quickly, and he's going to have to play a chess match. Okay? He's going to try and go to the body. I suggest he do that. I don't know how much success he's going to have going to the body of Fury, but he's going to try to. So, I mean, Tyson Fury is going to be very difficult for Deontay Wilder to solve. Deontay Wilder is somewhat unpredictable, but still he follows certain rules. Like he follows behind the jab. You know, he works behind the jab. Tyson Fury does more than that. So anyway, we'll see what happens with this fight, and we'll see how it turns out. Wilder's going to try and impose his belief system and his will, and he's going to have a strategy or a couple of strategies he's going to try and use on Tyson Fury based on certain things Tyson Fury does in the ring. Tyson Fury, we don't know what he's going to do. Honestly, he has not revealed any plan except that it seems as though he's going to be walking to Wilder. So that's going to be interesting. So he's going to close the distance, walk to Wilder. And for those people who don't realize, Deontay Wilder needs distance, a certain range to tee off his shots. I'm surprised people don't realize that. Wilder needs a certain range to tee off to get his full leverage of power. So if you're within his range, and Wilder can't clear off to really get that power off, um, you nullify his power. So if Tyson Fury's walking to Wilder, he probably figured out, I'm going to just deny him his range. I'm going to be either way outside his range, just barely outside, so when he swings, he misses, I counterpunch him, or I'm well within his range, where he can't tee off on me as he would like. And that's just interesting things I just wanted to share with you guys. Now, I know Wilder can fight a little bit on the inside, but I know Fury can fight on the inside quite well. So it's going to be an interesting fight. And it's all about range and denying people the things they're comfortable with. And, you know, Deontay Wilder, he's got amateur experience, and he also has boxing experience. And Tyson Fury, Wilder's intimidating that Tyson Fury doesn't have amateur experience. I'm not too sure what that's about, but at the end of the day, it's going to be an interesting fight in respect to how Fury, first of all, he's going to approach Wilder. I'm very curious to see how that will go, and how Wilder will approach Fury. I do believe Fury is the guy that will adapt much faster than Wilder will, because Fury does so many different things, and he really just adjusts to the style that's presented in front of him. Whereas Wilder is more of a practiced fighter, and you can see he comes off of, you know, kind of fashions himself a bit off of Floyd Mayweather. And it depends on his jab a lot, I noticed. So we're going to see how this fight plays off. It's definitely going to be a chess match. If Wilder tries to walk down Fury, he's going to learn very quickly not to do that. He's going to taste something, and he's going to realize, no, I can't be tasting that. He'll stop me. If Fury's walking to Wilder, it's because Fury's putting the pressure on Wilder to make Wilder respond. And all of this goading that Fury's doing, if you guys don't know, I'm just going to reveal it because Wilder better be careful. Wilder's like eager to fight Fury. I hope he's not going to try and walk into something, because Fury will walk him into something. Fury, that's what Fury wants. He wants Wilder to walk into something. So all of that teasing and stuff is to get Wilder fired up so he would walk into something. That's a basic trick that counterpunchers do. Floyd Mayweather did it. He was like far excellent. Got you all wired up. You go into the ring, you want to swing for the fences, and then all of you know, you staring up at the sky or the roof or whatever, you just got knocked out. So I hope he does not do that. I hope he, you know, with all that yelling and screaming and bomb squad and cursing and swearing and welcome to America stuff and intent, I hope he doesn't walk into something, because Fury will walk him into something, and he would just be looking up at the stars. And I heard Wilder got, well, we know Wilder got dropped a couple of times, and Fury too. But hopefully Wilder is also working on something that he could work on to drop Fury. I want this fight to be more competitive than just, you know, a knockout. Somebody just gets sparked out, you know. I want it to go the distance, because I think this is a good fight between two good fighters. I think Fury has the better boxing skills of the two, as much as Wilder can box, like I said before. And we all know he could box, you know, but Gerald Washington outboxed him for a couple rounds. And then Gerald Washington got tired, and that's why Wilder beat him up. So if Gerald Washington could outbox him for a couple rounds, Fury, I just don't see Wilder being able to outbox Fury. I don't see Wilder being able to stop Fury. I just don't see it. So hopefully he's not just, knockout's not just on his mind. If knockout's on his mind, he's going to get knocked out. This is a different level of opponent he's facing. This is not Ortiz, okay, who's past his prime. This is not none of them other guys who were not world champions. It's not Bermain Stavern with limited movement and a shorter guy. This is a, you know, agile, young, skilled, in his prime fighter he's going to be facing. You make a mistake, you will pay, right? And Deontay Wilder is not going to be able to depend on his jab. You're going to have to resort to something else, buddy. You know, you try to do that jab to the pit, I'm telling you, man, you better execute that thing right. You know, you're trying to do the jab off for different angles. I see that. But all right, well, that's all I got to say. We'll see how the fight goes. He got a lot of intention behind him, and he's willing himself, and he has a lot of confidence. But that's not going to be enough to beat a guy like Fury. You have to come with, be able to adapt, be able to adjust. Fury is going to adjust, that's for sure. will you be able to adjust as quickly as he does? And then you have to be able to dictate. If Fury comes in there walking you down from the get-go and you got to use your jab, you in problems. You better try and enforce yourself and try and walk Fury down, because whoever imposes their will in round one with the battle of the jabs is going to dictate the fight, and the other one's going to be reacting to it, at least until the momentum changes. And Wilder saying that Fury can't knock nobody out is stupid. You never say that. That guy is 6'9". He got big hands. He may not be always using his hands and putting the leverage into his power, but believe you me, I believe Fury that Fury gonna try and walk Wilder down. He's gonna come to the middle of the stage and he's gonna walk him down. He's gonna present a different set of variables to Wilder. And again, it's all about angles. So I hope Wilder understands that when he goes into that ring, the possibility of Fury walking him down is a very big possibility. And he will have to be the counterpuncher to try and set up a trap to Fury. But it ain't going to be that easy, because Fury pretty much knows Wilder's been dropped before. And Fury's going to press him to make a mistake. He may even press him to counterpunch and then counterpunch him. I've seen him do that to Klitschko. There's a reason Klitschko couldn't throw a punch against Fury. And I hope Wilder's been paying attention to that Klitschko fight. You better go watch that fight a couple of times. There's a reason Klitschko couldn't get his shots off. And it's not just the 1-2. It's the way how someone may feint a shot after they throw the effective shot. That's all I'm going to say. Fury does a number of different things in that ring, and you can't get Fury back. He can get you back. It's hit or not be hit. And Fury's got a good noggin. He got a good chin. Wilder's got a good chin too. So, you know, Wilder thinking he's going to drop a shot on Fury and knock him out, that's a bailout, I answer. You better be able to set up your shots. You better be able to outsmart Fury. You better be able to play chess in there. And this is not just about Will and Bomb Squad and, you know, my ancestors and all that baloney. You know, you got to throw that stuff out the wind. You are Deontay Wilder. You're not the Bronze Bomber. There's no such thing as a Bronze Bomber. You Deontay Wilder. You go in there as Deontay Wilder and handle your business. You know, that Bronze Bomber thing was cool. WCW stuff. Like Floyd Money Mayweather or TBE, but use who you are. So you go in the ring to deal with this guy, and you face up to him, and you do what is necessary. You know what I mean? Do what's necessary and try and go to work. Because this guy, he probably might dictate for the entire fight. I don't think Fury's going to fade either. So if you're looking for Fury to fade, that ain't going to happen. So what's going to happen in this fight is Wilder's going to have to make more of the adjustments. Because from what I've seen of Fury looked in real good shape. Fury looks like he's motivated. Since Wilder called him Fat Boy and stuff, Fury just came out of retirement and was like, Ninja, you got me now, Ninja. He looked at Wilder like, you got me now, Ninja. I'm here, and I'm ready to fight you. So, I don't know, man. Fury crossed the seas like a true gypsy. He went into Germany, whooped Klitschko's tail. He ain't crossed the seas for no reason. He didn't think about this. Wilder, you got to think about this. This dude crossed into your territory, into hostile territory. All right. Went all the way into Germany and beat Klitschko. You never crossed the seas. Well, you did cross the seas and beat a guy in England, but not a world champion. You got your belt in America. All right, against Burmates to Burn, not Klitschko. You got to understand, Fury ain't playing. Fury crossed the seas to fight you. There is a reason he did that. Okay, so you should be really paying attention and doing your homework on that. I'm not saying you should be concerned about Fury. You have to fight your fight, but dude lost a whole set of weight and everything just to come fight you. Why would he do that? He didn't have to do that. So what's he doing? Why is he doing that? You have to ask yourself these questions, people. This is boxing. There's a reason Fury decided, I'm facing this guy. I'm going to fight him. And I'm going to beat him. There's a reason Fury is so confident about that. And it doesn't matter how much Wilder believes and how much homework he does. I don't think he's ready for a guy like Fury. And Fury knows this. And Fury can BS and say all kinds of stupidness as well. He knows it's mental, physical, and spiritual. So Fury knows what's up. You know. And so it'd be fun to see how they rumble, man. But I don't think Fury is going to get a cakewalk. I don't think this is a cakewalk fight. It could end up being a knockout, though. And it may not be Fury who gets knocked out. It might be Wilder. So I hope Wilder is actually not underestimating Fury's power. I hope so. And I hope also he takes Fury seriously. If Wilder makes it to the 12 rounds and he beat like Vladimir Klitschko or like Vitaly Klitschko, just kind of freeze up in front of Fury, it's okay because you don't want to get knocked out. And he said that. He said, I don't want to get knocked out in front of my kids. Right? So, I don't think you just want to storm in there and bang with Fury. I don't think you want to do that because this dude, Fury, he's very cognizant of angles. He's very cognizant of how he's throwing his shots and where he needs to throw his shots and why. He fights instinctively that way. He's been doing this for a long time. That's what Wilder doesn't understand. So Wilder needs to be careful. He's schooled in certain things. Fury literally grew up doing this stuff. So you see Fury took off his shirt and everything was ready to rumble. He's like, look, man, you got to understand. I do this. I would do this 24/7. I have no problem doing this. That's what Fury basically said to Wilder. That's why he pulled off his shirt and everything and this was ready to go. It's like, let's do it, man. He's ready. Fury's ready to rumble anywhere, any place, anytime. That's what basically Fury's saying to him. That's what I do. I fight. Right? Wilder didn't grow up fighting all the time. Wilder came into boxing. He didn't grow up boxing. He didn't use boxing to sort disputes and stuff like that. Fury grew up doing Billy Joe Saunders. They grow up boxing, man. That's what they're trying to explain to Wilder. When they say they have generations and generations of boxers, that's what they're talking about. Wilder talking about 400 years of fighting. That's mental, man. You're talking about like slavery and stuff like that. That's not what Fury's talking about. Fury's talking about being a soldier. Like generation after generation after generation, these people went around punching each other. They solved disputes by punching each other. That's the history Fury got. And Wilder doesn't seem to understand what Fury is saying, and he's trying to talk about 400 years. That don't mean nothing. 400 years don't mean nothing. So, I like Deontay, though. But I still think he's going to give Fury a good fight. I think he's going to give him. There are going to be no knockouts. There may be a couple knockdowns, but there will be no knockouts in this fight. Fury's too strong for Wilder to just knock him out. Them guys who getting knocked the spark out, because they present their chin, Wilder get an opportunity to present the chin. Wilder got great conditioning, by the way, and he needs to be strong. I think Fury's strong as well. So I give him the kudos of that. He's strong, and he's gonna have to rough up. He's gonna have to try to rough up Fury. The problem with that is Fury's a fighter, as you will soon realize, and roughing up Fury. Well, he'll see. He'll see when he gets into the fights. I'm not gonna rate up Fury like that, but there's a reason that dude crossed the seas to face you, Wilder. I don't think you thought about that. I don't think you processed that. There's a reason he came to fight you. And he, as Fury said, he wanted to have this fight for a very, very, very long time. Very, very long time. That says up volumes right there. Anyways, man, I see you guys popping in and popping out on this discussion. Okay, I see somebody liked it and moved on. Yeah, so that's my piece on it. Today, for some reason, people just been not really commenting on my videos, which is interesting. Every day is different, huh? So I like the showdown. I know there's a lot of people who are going by national lines saying Wilder and Fury. Shout out if you guys want to comment in the chat section. Please feel free to do so. I know some people are, taking it on national lines. So you got the Brits saying Fury, and you got the Americans saying Wilder, and that's cool. That's cool. But please, people, don't fight down. Don't kill nobody if it goes one way or the other, or even if it draws. Don't get mad about it. These are the two best heavyweights right now in the heavyweight division. The more decorated is AJ. AJ is the more decorated heavyweight. He's proven himself by fighting some pretty good fighters. And even Klitschko, he fought Klitschko and he stopped Klitschko, which is great. Klitschko dropped him and stuff. It was a life and death battle. But I'm interested in seeing Wilder versus Fury. This is the best fight that you could have via heavyweights. Definitely ain't gonna miss it for the world. But you know, more people need to know outside of boxing about this fight, and so hopefully we can get the word out there. But this is fun. This is fun. This is like throwback heavyweight fighting. You know how Fury makes it happen and makes the drama happen, and everything is great. It's great for boxing. So hopefully this fight will send one of them into superstardom, and the other one will remember throughout history. If it ends up being a draw, so be it. It could happen that Fury beats the crap out of Wilder and it ends up being a draw. I know the other way around, Wilder will win if he beats the crap out of Fury and it goes to the decision. Definitely Wilder will win the fight. So I expect that it could be a draw because Fury might win the fight, but they may just give him a draw. Split decision draw. So it's possible. We'll see. On that note, if you guys got anything else you want to say, I just decided to get to this chat section, see if you guys wanted to chat a little bit about boxing. Just having a little fun with you guys. But nobody's been chatting with me about boxing at all. So, hey, maybe I need to go sit down and read my Bible and pray. You guys have a good one. Deuces.